I'm trying to think of a word to describe you Roman Reigns fans on Twitter. Oh, I got it. Stupid. Non-intelligent. A fucking idiot. A degenerate. A cretin. A basement-dwelling virgin. I don't know how people to this day still can't even defend Roman Reigns. The worst kinds of people on Twitter to talk to, whether you like it or not, is Roman Reigns fans. Oh, Roman Reigns is the greatest of all time, Chris. You know, Roman Reigns is a big name, Chris. Really, is he? Yeah, sure. If Roman Reigns was a big name in the sport of professional wrestling, why isn't it Roman Reigns moving the needle? That's one question I gotta ask you. If you people think that Roman Reigns is the greatest of all time, you must be sick in the head. No cap. What I'm about to tell you, I don't give a fuck whatsoever. I don't care. And this is where I'm about to bury all you Roman Reigns fans. Let's backtrack to where the Shield first broke up in 2014. Was Roman Reigns important around that time in 2014? No. Why? Seth Rollins, not only Rollins turned heel, which was his greatest move that he's ever done in his entire career. Don't at me, by the way, on that. Rollins turned heel, won the Money in the Bank briefcase, cashed in at WrestleMania 31, became the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Who did Seth Rollins pin to become that said champion? Roman Reigns. Let's backtrack to 2015, shall we? When did we start getting Roman Reigns shoved down our throat? 2015. 2015. Now, I must admit, the match that Reigns had against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 31 was his best match he's ever had as a singles run. Now, granted, for the simple fact that what happened at the Royal Rumble of 2015, we kind of knew. When Daniel Bryan didn't win the Royal Rumble, we kind of knew who was the next guy there to win the Rumble. If it wasn't Daniel Bryan, it's Roman Reigns. People started to catch on immediately. Oh, Daniel Bryan did not win the Rumble. Oh, let's just boo the rest of the night, and Roman Reigns ends up winning the Royal Rumble. Factual. We go to WrestleMania. Brock versus Roman. The match is fantastic, by the way. Don't get me wrong. The match was fucking fantastic. Rollins cashes in his Money in the Bank, becomes champion. Who did he pin? Roman Reigns. You thought Seth Rollins was going to be there and pin Brock Lesnar? No. No. This is the same Brock Lesnar that ended the streak of The Undertaker. Moving on. Rollins becomes champion. Rollins has this long title reign until November, when Rollins fucked up his knee, had to relinquish the championship. Now, it was supposed to be Rollins against Roman at Survivor Series in 2015 in Atlanta. We had a tournament to crown a new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And look what happened. Don't get me wrong, I love me a good tournament. But who was in that tournament? Roman Reigns, Alberto Del Rio, Dolph Ziggler, Kevin Owens. The list goes on and on. Roman wins the tournament. Oh yeah, and by the way, Dean Ambrose. You had Roman and Dean at Survivor Series in the main event, in the finals of that tournament, to crown a new champion. Right there and then, I thought to myself, do you really think that Dean Ambrose was going to beat Roman Reigns at Survivor Series? No! So what happened from there? They give the championship to Roman Reigns. Sheamus cashes in Money in the Bank. Boom! You have a rivalry there between Sheamus and Mr. McMahon. No, between Sheamus and Roman. Meanwhile, Roman won the championship. Triple H tried to shake the man's hand. Spears him. Sheamus cashes in Money in the Bank. Sheamus wins the title. Then Mr. McMahon starts to come into this feud because Vince is trying to push Roman as the big dog and the face of WWE. That's when everything started. That's when everything started. From the Royal Rumble all the way to Survivor Series. No, actually from the Rumble to WrestleMania to Survivor Series. That's when Roman started to get shoved down our throats every single week. Must I go on with the main event of WrestleMania against Triple H? Must I go on against the match against The Undertaker at WrestleMania 33? And quite frankly, the worst main event in WrestleMania history. Roman against The Undertaker at WrestleMania 33 in Orlando. No question, the worst main event in WrestleMania history. We go from Triple H to The Undertaker to John Cena at No Mercy. Triple H tried, failed. Undertaker tried, failed. John Cena tried, failed. Who can Vince go to try to put Roman Reigns over? Oh, that's right, Brock Lesnar. In the second worst main event in WrestleMania history. Back at WrestleMania 34 last year. Do we have to go back to that? What I don't understand is, all these people on social media think that they're getting paid by WWE to defend the shows on a weekly basis. All these cretins and all these degenerates on social media think that Vince is going to give them a small commission. Oh, you know, let me defend the company and then Vince will try to recognize me. No! For all you fucking degenerates out there that's going to defend Monday Night Raw and Roman Reigns on a weekly basis, you need to check yourself in to a mental facility. You really do. Roman Reigns will never, and I mean never, move the needle for ratings. He will never do that. Now, if you guys don't know, there's a difference between a person playing a character on live television and a real-life human being. I don't like Roman Reigns, the character. I respect Joe Anoa'i. There's a fucking difference, you fucking idiot. There's a fucking difference between a character playing on live television and a real-life human being. What is there not to get? Yeah, you are the type of person to believe everything that you see on television. Don't your parents tell you? Kids, don't believe what you see on television. The majority of the stuff you see on television is fake. So you mean to tell me that wrestling's fake? Wrestling's not fake. Wrestling is predetermined. It's true. Wrestling's not fake. The wrestling part of the shows, they're not fake. They're 100% as real as it gets. Do we have to go back to the Roman Reigns leukemia incident that happened? Let me say this right now. And I said this during WrestleMania season. And I said this during WrestleMania season. I find it very, very odd. I found this very, very odd. Roman has leukemia, out of action for 4 months. Roman has leukemia, is out for 4 months. Had to relinquish the Universal Championship. He comes back all of a sudden before WrestleMania. Right before WrestleMania. I find this weird that Roman Reigns came back just in time for Fastlane. A month before WrestleMania, Roman Reigns comes back. I find that hard to believe. Now, am I going to say here that Roman Reigns had leukemia? I'm not going to sit here and say that, but I find that very, very odd. Oh, Roman's out for 4 months with leukemia, has to surrender the Universal Championship, comes back in 4 months like nothing ever even happened. You can't go wrong to think that. You just can't. You just can't. But the wrestling fan, the casual wrestling fan is going to say, oh, Chris, you don't know what Roman Reigns went through for 4 months, Chris. You don't know what it's like to have cancer. You're right. I don't know what it's like to have cancer. Cancer is something you shouldn't be joking around about, period. Cancer is no fucking joke. I've known people that had cancer that are still living. God bless their souls. And I've known people who died from cancer. I know somebody who had breast cancer, and she's a fucking survivor of breast cancer. A breast cancer survivor. I've known many people who survived breast cancer. That's why I have the fucking Elite socks that I have in my fucking drawer. I have Elite socks. Breast cancer Elite socks. Cancer is something to not joke around about. It's factual. But for you people to say that Roman Reigns is the greatest of all time, where? Prove to me that Roman Reigns is the greatest of all time. Prove it. What has he done since his singles run in 2014? What has he done to catch your attention? Nothing. What has Roman Reigns done to catch my attention? Nothing. Nothing. The only reason why Vince insinuated this wildcard rule is to have Roman Reigns on both Raw and SmackDown. And yet people think for 1 second that Roman Reigns on Raw and SmackDown is going to improve the ratings. It's not. It's fucking not. You can have fucking Roman Reigns on NXT. God forbid that happens. God forbid that happens. I want to know. I would love to know down below in the comment section. Or at least tweet at me. What has Roman Reigns done that caught your attention? I would love to know down below in the comment section. I would love to know. For all you Roman Reigns cocksuckers, for all you Vince McMahon cocksuckers, you will never get any type of attention from WWE. Stop sucking the Vince McMahon cock. Stop. It's not going anywhere, and it never will. That's the whole funny part about it. It never will. Roman Reigns will never be considered as the greatest of all time. You want to start an argument? Seth Rollins has a way better career than Roman Reigns ever had. You want to start a fucking argument? There you go. I said it right there. Seth Rollins has a way better career than Roman Reigns has. And here's the funny part. Unlike Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins turned heel. And look where that went for Seth Rollins. If you're a Roman Reigns fan, a big Roman Reigns fan, you sit down and you think to yourself, has Roman Reigns ever turned heel? The answer to that question is no. And at this point, and I even said this on Twitter. If Roman Reigns was to ever turn heel, would you care? No. Would I care? Fuck no. Look at the all-time greats that has turned heel, and look how their careers shaped out to be. Hulk Hogan, the Ultimate Warrior. The list goes on and on, folks. Andre the Giant. The list goes on and on. Do I have to go more in detail about that? Fine. Hulk Hogan, the Ultimate Warrior, Andre the Giant, Macho Man Randy Savage, Shawn Michaels, Bret the Hitman Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, The Undertaker, Triple H, Kane, Kurt Angle, John Cena, Brock Lesnar. Look how all their careers turned out after just that one heel turn. Just that one heel turn. Look how all their careers shaped out to be. Seth Rollins. I'm not going to mention Dean Ambrose because Dean Ambrose's heel turn, they dropped the ball heavily on Dean Ambrose's heel turn. Rollins' heel turn, I love Rollins' heel turn. Kevin Owens, I'm not going to say he's an all-time great, but I'm just mentioning superstars on the fly by fucking head here. Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho. Do I have to go more? I can just end the podcast right there. For all you Roman Reigns cocksuckers, do us smart fans a simple favor. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. If you're going to sit there and suck Roman Reigns' cock and Vince's cock all the time and you think that you're going to get paid, well, guess what, motherfucker? You got another thing coming. Another thing coming. You're not going to get recognized by Vince on social media. You're not going to get recognized by a fellow WWE superstar on social media. You're not going to get that type of attention. It's going to make you look stupid at the end of the fucking day. I've spoken nothing but factual for the last 17 minutes here. Do us all smart fans a simple fucking favor. Take the cock out your mouth, open your eyes, open your ears, and shut the fuck up. And realize that Vince McMahon is killing this company faster than you can fucking breathe. Vince is killing this company faster than you can fucking blink. Vince is killing this company faster than you can run. Well, that depends who you are. If you can even run. Roman Reigns fans are probably 500, 600 pounds fucking slob that can't get a job and shit. Living under their fucking mother's basement with fucking nacho cheese on their fucking fingertips. Playing Fortnite all the time. And not getting a job or getting any fucking pussy whatsoever. This is the reality of things, people. This is what my podcast is called, The Reality Podcast. Why? Because I'm taking you into a reality type of form. People think that Roman Reigns is going to move the needle. He's never going to move the needle. Nobody right now in WWE is going to move the needle. Nobody. You can bring back fucking Owen Hart and Eddie Guerrero. God rest their souls. And it wouldn't even do a damn thing. Hell, you can even have the fucking second coming of Jesus Christ himself on Raw Monday night. And it wouldn't even do a damn thing. Hell, you could bring back fucking TV 14 and it wouldn't even do a damn thing. You can bring back blood, pyro, headshots with the fucking steel chair, and it wouldn't do a damn fucking thing. This company, I am saying this right now, and I've been a wrestling fan for over 20 years. I've been a wrestling fan for over 20 years. Yeah, I may sound like a broken record, but I gotta speak facts here. to all these Roman Reigns degenerates, these Roman Reigns cocksuckers. Oh, Roman! Oh my God, Roman! Ooh, Roman! If Roman Reigns was to be in the Attitude Era, he wouldn't even last a month. I dare you. Put Roman Reigns in the Attitude Era. You think for 1 second Roman Reigns is gonna get over? No. You think people will fucking boo Roman Reigns worse than now? Yes. Yes. I believe so. But the Attitude Era is dead, so I shouldn't be talking about the fucking Attitude Era. But you guys get my point. Roman Reigns gets nothing but go away heat. Nothing but go away heat. When Roman Reigns comes out on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live, he comes out to literally almost to no reaction. It's like a fucking graveyard when fucking Roman Reigns comes out. No reaction. Barely any. Barely any. How long am I in this so far? 21 minutes. Talking about fucking Roman Reigns and fucking cocksucking cretins on fucking social media. Blow me. Blow me. This is episode 28 of the Reality Podcast. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm your boy Chris. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel on this Saturday, June 1st. It is finally June. The summer months have upon us. June 1st, 2019. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel. If you guys thought that I spoke nothing but the complete truth about Roman Reigns and all these fucking Roman Reigns cretins and these cocksuckers on social media, hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Seriously. Leave a comment down below. And if you guys are wrestling fans like me and are new to the channel, and you guys like what you see on the channel, I want you guys to show your support by hitting that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells, guys, for all notifications for daily wrestling content. Check out episode 27 of the Reality Podcast. Link to this video will be in the annotation above on the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Chris Jericho reveals when the AEW World Title match will happen. I have news on that as it was confirmed yesterday on Friday. Throwback Thursdays live on the channel right now. Armageddon 2002 review video. Triple H and Shawn Michaels goes 2 out of 3 falls for the World Heavyweight Championship. Link to this video will be in the annotation above in the upper right hand corner of your screen. Check out SmackDown Live. I didn't do NXT on Wednesday. SmackDown Live is live on the channel right now. SmackDown Live was completely fucking terrible on fucking Tuesday night. Terrible. This company is nothing but a joke. Literally and figuratively. A fucking joke. Link to SmackDown review will be in the annotation above in the upper right hand corner of your screen. Check out Monday Night Raw as well. Raw was just even worse. Much worse. Does Vince McMahon really hate us that much? The answer to that question is yes, he does. Link to Raw review will be in the annotation above in the upper right hand corner of your screen. And check out AEW Double or Nothing review. Link to this video will be in the annotation above in the upper right hand corner of your screen. This is the official home of the Reality Podcast, so make sure you guys are connecting with your boy Chris on social media. Twitter, at Chris from Loring, and Snapchat, Chris Most Hated. And if you guys are enjoying the content, I want you guys to hit that subscribe button down below. And also ring those bells, guys, for all notifications for daily wrestling content here on the channel. Now, unfortunately, because the Yankee Red Sox game is tonight at 7:08 p.m. tonight, I will not be able to watch NXT Takeover 25 until I get home from work. So when I get home from the Yankee Red Sox game, I'm going to come home, watch NXT Takeover 25, then give you guys a review on it tomorrow. So there you go. There will be no episode 29 of the podcast. That'll be next week. You guys will get an NXT Takeover 25 review video tomorrow on the channel. So there you go. And then also we round off a brand new week of content here on the channel. Let's begin the news portion. And also today I will be previewing and predicting NXT Takeover 25. So I will give you guys my prediction on who wins on NXT Takeover 25's card tonight on the WWE Network. We're going to start off with the news portion of the podcast. Main event confirmed for AEW's All Out. Now, I made a prediction yesterday on the podcast that the AEW World Heavyweight Championship match between Jericho and Page and Hangman Page will take place at either Fight for the Fallen or at All Out in Chicago. And I have news on the main event for All Out on August the 31st. AEW Double or Nothing is still fresh in the minds of pro wrestling fans all over the world, but they are going all out for the next big show. Chris Jericho kind to let the cat out of the bag on Busted Open Radio when he confirmed that he will face Adam Hangman Page for the All Elite World Heavyweight Championship at All Out. Now it's official. The AEW World Heavyweight Championship will be determined in the main event of All Out. AEW still has Fyter Fest and Fight for the Fallen before All Out, so they will be stacking the card as they get closer to the show. This is a big main event that could draw a lot of attention as a historic moment and certain to take place with the crowning of a new world champion. AEW All Out will take place on August 31st in the Sears Center in Chicago, Illinois. Tickets are scheduled to go on sale on Friday, June the 14th. So there's confirmation there, folks. There is confirmation. The main event for All Out will be Jericho versus Pac. No, I said Pac. Jericho versus Page. I apologize. Jericho versus Hangman Page for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Leave a comment down below. Who are you predicting to win the AEW World Heavyweight Championship? If I was to pick one, if I was to predict this matchup, I got Jericho winning. Simple reason why. My opinion, Jericho was the first undisputed champion in WWE history. He beat Rock and Austin the same night. If Jericho can beat Page, Hangman Page, to win the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, he might as well be solidified as one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. No cap. That's just my opinion. But leave a comment down below who you guys are predicting to win the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Either Chris Jericho or Adam Hangman Page. It should be great. Should be a great main event for All Out. I'm just hoping it's on pay-per-view. I'm just hoping it's on pay-per-view. If AEW's All Out pay-per-view is going to be on pay-per-view, expect the review from me here on the channel. So there you go. There's news on Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar will cash in Money in the Bank contract this Monday on Raw. And I will give you guys my opinion after I read this story. Brock Lesnar won the Money in the Bank briefcase after invading the match in the final moments just before Ali was able to take the contract. Now, it looks like he won't have his boombox briefcase for long. Paul Heyman has confirmed that Brock Lesnar will cash in his Money in the Bank contract this Monday on Raw. So obviously, he is going after Seth freaking Rollins. In the description sent out by WWE about next week's show, it has been confirmed that the Beast Incarnate will cash in his Money in the Bank contract and it will be against Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship. This makes Brock Lesnar's TV match. Brock hasn't competed on live television for the first time in 15 years. 15 years. The last time Brock fought on live television was 2004. 2004, when he was a SmackDown superstar. When the brand split was really ineffective. This is the description from their Twitter account. Brock Lesnar's actions last week led to a formal review by World Wrestling Entertainment Management, but the Beast and Paul Heyman aren't waiting for the sword to fall, announcing they will cash in Money in the Bank contract against Universal Champion Seth Rollins this coming week. Tune in to Raw this Monday at 8/7 Central live on the USA Network. End quote. This WrestleMania rematch could be a big deal in Spike ratings. I'll get to that in just a second. hopefully they will be able to deliver something because the company really needs to draw attention to the product. Along with the Undertaker's Raw return next week, it looks like this is already going to be a loaded show. You think for 1 second, fucking second that Brock is gonna cash in his Money in the Bank contract? Now, I will give you guys my opinion on this in just a little second here. The reason why Brock is cashing in his Money in the Bank contract is for ratings. When do you really, and think about this, since Brock Lesnar's return in 2012, on the night after WrestleMania 28, when he F5 John Cena, when was the last time you saw Brock Lesnar compete in an actual match on Monday Night Raw? Never. Ever since Brock's return in 2012, he has not had a match on Monday Night Raw. This is a clear indication Vince is fucking desperate for ratings. And I said this in the podcast yesterday, Raw suffered its 4th lowest rated show in the company's history. 4th lowest rating in the history of the show. This is clear-cut indication Vince is doing this for ratings. It's clear-cut. You got Brock Lesnar cashing in Money in the Bank, plus you got The Undertaker on Raw Monday night, and then Goldberg is going to show up on SmackDown Tuesday night. Yeah, people are going to say, oh, they're just doing this for ratings. Take it for what it is. If you don't like it, don't watch. My job is to criticize this shit on a weekly fucking basis. One thing people should fucking realize is I do this because I love it. I love to talk wrestling. I do. I love shitting on this fucking product known as WWE. I love it. I fucking love it. Now, it's really fucking clear-cut indication that Vince is just doing this for ratings. Vince thinks that Brock Lesnar cashing Money in the Bank and The Undertaker showing up for Raw Monday night is going to draw at least a 2.5. I guarantee you this will draw at least under a 2. The highest, I'll say a 2.1 highest. Lowest, I'll probably say a 1.8, 1.9. It's factual. And the crazy part about this, Game 2 of the NBA Finals is on Sunday. Nothing sports going around on Monday night. Obviously, the Mets are going to be home, obviously, Monday night. The Yankees will have a day off Monday as they travel to fucking Toronto. There's no excuse. There's just no excuse whatsoever for Raw to draw a high rating. There's no fucking excuse whatsoever. None. No excuse whatsoever. So there you go. Speaking of this fucking company, WWE asking fans if they're out of date. You tell me. I'm going to leave a poll on my... Actually, I'm going to leave a poll right there in the annotation above. Now, matter of fact, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave a poll on Twitter. Do you think WWE is outdated? Do you think that the company is outdated? Yes or no? I'm going to pin that tweet later on today. Now, we're going to go over this report right now. World Wrestling Entertainment has a lot of resources at their disposal. One of the things they like to use to gauge the fan base is send out surveys. It's not like it really matters because Vince McMahon is ultimately in control of almost everything. But at least they're trying. Yeah, sure. Trying. Yeah, sure. In the latest fan council survey, World Wrestling Entertainment listed a bunch of sports companies and asked if fans would miss them if they disappeared. World Wrestling Entertainment was one of those options. In another part of the survey, World Wrestling Entertainment wanted to find out what fans thought about the company's brand. Some of the options were positive, like action-packed, credible, and high quality. Others were not too good. Options on the negative side of this survey included out of date, boring, and unoriginal. It's interesting how too heavy scripted wasn't even an option. We will see how World Wrestling Entertainment reacts to some of the responses, but in the meantime, like we've said a million times, it's Vince McMahon's company and he runs it however he sees fit. I'm going to read this poll. If each of the following were no longer available, how would you feel? World Wrestling Entertainment, I would miss it a lot. I would miss it. I would slightly miss it. I won't miss it. In this day of age, I will slightly miss it. Not a lot though, but I will slightly miss it. Now in the Attitude Era, yeah, I would really miss it. Now, I'm going to ask you guys a question also. Which of the following describes WWE? Now, here are the options here. Credible, action-packed, out-of-date, funny, high quality, cool, unoriginal, outrageous, smart, unique, fun, valuable, a leader, inspirational, and boring. I want you guys to leave a comment down below. Which of the following describes WWE? I will read the options again. Credible, action-packed, out-of-date, funny, high quality, cool, unoriginal, outrageous, smart, unique, fun, valuable, a leader, inspirational, or boring. Leave a comment down below. You guys really want to know how I feel about World Wrestling Entertainment? Simple. I will give you guys my answer right now. Out of date, unoriginal, and boring. Simple. Simple. Out of date, unoriginal, and boring. There you go. There you go. We're going to keep up with the news portion here of the podcast. Why did the WWE change up the Fatal 4-Way Elimination match on Raw this past Monday night? I wonder why. I'm about to tell you guys right now. World Wrestling Entertainment made a couple of changes to the main event of Raw this week. It was stated to be a Fatal 4-Way match would determine the number one contender for the Universal title at Super Showdown. The winner of the match still got a title shot at Super Showdown on June 7th. But the man who had his hand raised wasn't even a part of the match to begin with. Obviously, we found out on Raw Monday night, or should I say before Raw Monday night, that AJ Styles is currently suffering from a back injury. There's a work to write him off of television. He will get about a month off, and Baron Corbin apparently helped that along with this backstage attack. This happened after Styles was pulled from the match and Corbin took his place. The Fatal 4-Way match was now Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley versus The Miz versus Baron Corbin. Announcers called the attention to the fact that this match was now an elimination match out of the blue to change the stipulation. During the match, the announce team theorized that if Strowman or Lashley win, then they will face each other and then go to have a Universal title match at Super Showdown. However, the two ended up brawling to the back, and when Baron Corbin defeated The Miz with the end of days, the bell rang and the match was over. The Wrestling Observer newsletter noted that the awkward booking decision at the end of this elimination match that ended with only one pinfall was done to protect the monster among men. This is what they reported, and I quote, "The change was made because if it was an elimination match, Strowman would have to lose or fall, so they didn't want to do that." End quote. Braun Strowman is still being protected, which is a good sign for him. However, having him and Lashley in this number one contenders match seemed to only make things more confusing when everything was said and done. It was obviously predictable. You had Strowman and you had Lashley. Those two men were going one-on-one at Super Showdown. So obviously, if you use the process of elimination here, there's 4 people. You had Corbin, you had Miz, you had Strowman, and you had Lashley. You could take off Strowman and fucking Lashley. You automatically leave out the 2 people. Do you see The Miz versus Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship at Super Showdown? No. So they obviously gave it to Baron Corbin. You want to know why? Because Rollins needs a heel to work with. And you're just not going to put The Miz as a babyface going up against another babyface in Seth Rollins. Now, you're going to say, oh, Chris, but they put AJ versus Rollins. AJ and Rollins are both babyfaces. The only reason why they put that matchup at Money in the Bank is to compete with Double or Nothing. You really thought The Miz was going to win this matchup on Raw Monday Night? No! Obviously, they gave it to fucking Baron Corbin. And it's also being advertised that Corbin versus Styles is going to be for Stomping Ground and Extreme Rules. So, I'm going to question this Brock Lesnar cashing in. Does he really cash in? Or I get a funny feeling, which I didn't speak about during the Brock Lesnar topic, which I'm going to say right now. We know Brock Lesnar is going to cash in Money in the Bank on Raw Monday Night. Right? Okay. I said this on Twitter the other day. Actually, I said this yesterday on Twitter. With Brock Lesnar cashing in Money in the Bank, is Rollins legitimately going to beat Brock Lesnar again? Or is Baron Corbin going to cost Brock Lesnar the Universal Championship so that way Corbin doesn't face Brock at Super Showdown? Now, I don't know, is Brock going to be in a match against Rollins on Raw Monday Night? Or is he going to cash in on Rollins and we have an idea on when the match is going to exactly happen? I don't know, people. I just don't fucking know. But I just don't know. I mean, obviously, it was fucking predictable. Obviously, it was very predictable here on that part. It was obviously fucking predictable, if you can ask me. WWE, I mean, if you even care about the 24/7 championship, but I'm going to report it anyways. It's on the news. So there you go. World Wrestling Entertainment is considering an interesting plan for the 24/7 title. Now, the 24/7 championship is nothing but a fucking joke. Nothing but a fucking joke. Just saying that. Now, since we are talking about the 24/7 championship, since we are talking about the 24/7 title, I have to play this. I really do. I have to play this. When it comes to the 24/7 championship on the podcast, I have to play this music. I have to play this fucking music. I have to. If I can find it. There you go. Hold on. Give me a second. When it comes to the 24/7 championship, you will hear this on the podcast and Monday Night Raw and SmackDown review every single week. Oh, hold on. I fucking did not realize I have my fucking AirPods on. I apologize. Yeah, I'm not cutting that out. Give me a second here. Here we go. World Wrestling Entertainment included a 24/7 title, which pretty much has the same rules as the previous hardcore title. But the company has moved past calling anything hardcore. It's too hardcore. It's that PG. However, they still have a title that can be defended anywhere at any time. R-Truth is the current and two-time 24/7 champion. He is having a great time hyping his title on social media, but the company could have even more plans for the title online. I can see where this is going here. The Wrestling Observer Newsletter notes that World Wrestling Entertainment is batting around some ideas that could see the 24/7 title defended on their various social media outlets. Let me repeat that. WWE is batting around some ideas that could see the 24/7 title defended on various social media outlets. Oh, Chris, social media ratings should matter, man. And I quote, ideas have been battled around the 24/7 title to be defended on YouTube, Instagram, and at the Performance Center between shows. End quote. World Wrestling Entertainment has 1 billion social media followers. Although they padded those numbers in a very tricky way, it is still plausible that the company will be able to defend their new title on any platform they wish. The 24/7 championship is a fucking joke. The 24/7 championship is just as irrelevant as the women's tag team championships. Daily reminder. I must remind you guys every single video I fucking upload. The Iconics are the worst women's team in the history of World Wrestling Entertainment, and the women's tag team championships are the most irrelevant pieces of garbage of all time. Triggered, pissed off, I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about the 24 title, and neither should you. This is pretty interesting news here, as it's staring at me right in the fucking face. Sasha Banks and Vince McMahon reportedly had a meeting last week. I wonder what about. We'll go over it here. Sasha Banks reportedly told the company that she wanted to quit at WrestleMania, and she hasn't been seen on television since. There's a lot of hope that she could be making a return to the company, despite her sending out some cryptic tweets that fans have interpreted to mean otherwise. The fact is that Sasha Banks is still under contract with the company. If she walks out of the company, they can freeze her contract. So even if she intends on departing, when her contract is up, she still needs to work in order to keep the clock ticking down. The Wrestling Observer Newsletter reports that Vince McMahon and Sasha Banks had a meeting on May 23rd. That was 2 days before Double or Nothing. It is reported that things are set to be better and she could be back sometime this summer. However, nothing is official. This is very interesting because it still means that Banks could be out for some time. However, there is apparently a plan for her to make a return eventually. Arnold, I think it was Arnold. Let me go back to the other group chat that I'm in. Give me a second here. If I can go back to the group chat here. Yeah, it was Arnold. So we're talking about Takeover that's going to happen tonight. And Arnold brings up a good point. a valid point that I can possibly see happen. But it's a long shot before it even happens. Arnold said on Twitter, Io Shirai wins the NXT Women's Championship. Sasha comes out in all black. And then Sasha challenges Io for the NXT Women's Championship for TakeOver Toronto, SummerSlam weekend. To be brutally honest with you, Arnold. If you're watching, buddy, shout out to you, brother. It's a possibility that can happen. It's a possibility. I'm not saying it's not gonna happen. I'm saying it's a possibility. That's all I'm saying. It's a possibility. But unless if now Sasha and Vince could have a meeting about her going to NXT and stuff, shit like that. Contract reasons, contract information, stuff like that. We don't know what Sasha and Vince had a meeting about. It could be about her wanting to go back down to NXT. Could be. It's a possibility. We don't know. I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. But I can, if I was to book Sasha Banks right now, and she's not happy in the main roster, simple. Put her down in NXT. Tyler Breeze is back on NXT, no problem. If Tyler Breeze can make an appearance in NXT and have a match at TakeOver, I think Sasha Banks would fit just that right perfectly. It's true. It's true. So there you go, guys, about Sasha Banks. Do I have any more news here? Yeah, I'll just tack on two more stories before TakeOver 25 preview and predictions here on the channel. WWE teases more electric chair segments. Now, the electric chair segment on Raw Monday night. I mean, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say about that? I don't know. I mean, it was an interesting segment, but at the same time, all I'm saying is, World Wrestling Entertainment really gave AEW some free publicity. And anything when it comes to fucking publicity is good publicity. There you go. World Wrestling Entertainment didn't do much to present a different type of program on Raw this week, but we did get an electric chair segment hosted by Corey Graves in the third hour where Sami Zayn name dropped All Elite Wrestling. It is speculated that if World Wrestling Entertainment does this segment again, then they will need to change up how they produce this segment, because they can't have fans asking things off script. Questions were pre-screened this week, but once Sami Zayn said they can ask about AEW, all bets are off. A fan now can easily say they're going to ask about a superstar's diet. Then when they're live on live television, they can ask why WWE is in bed with the Saudis. WWE put out a graphic on the electric chair asking who fans want to see in the chair next. So far, the two most popular responses are Vince McMahon and nobody don't do this segment again. We'll have to wait and see what the company is going to come up with next week on Raw. We could get another electric chair segment so someone can bring up how cool it is that Jon Moxley can work for AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling. Can I ask this question? Seriously, can I really ask this fucking question? If I can. Was that segment even necessary to do? Now, we got past Double or Nothing on Saturday night. We got past Double or Nothing. We got past it. We got past Double or Nothing. We come to Monday Night Raw. Monday night. After Double or Nothing. Everybody was hoping and praying and It's just that they just don't care. I got the vibe from Raw Monday night from Vince. Oh, AEW happened. Double or Nothing happened already. Let's just continue on with our shit on a weekly basis. Oh, AEW is nothing but a fucking t-shirt company. Did you see Double or Nothing on Saturday night? This past Saturday night? Last week? I did. I enjoyed every single bit of the show. Yeah, sure, the show wasn't perfect. The commentary wasn't perfect. The music wasn't really too loud enough for me to hear. But the matches were great. Great storytelling. The matches were fucking fantastic. The crowd was fucking electric all night. That's what I like to see on a professional wrestling pay-per-view, or vice versa, a show. This is all I want to see. How come AEW can do that, but Vince and World Wrestling Entertainment can't do that? Now, I gotta ask you guys this question. Was the electric chair segment even necessary at this point? No, it wasn't necessary. Sami Zayn could have just came out of nowhere and cut a promo, which led to a main event match between Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins on the main event of this past Monday's Raw. I don't know what to tell you. Now, also, Corey Graves' face literally said it all. Immediately after Sami Zayn name dropped AEW, Seth Rollins came out, and then from there they had a main event matchup. Anything, listen, publicity is free publicity. You're giving AEW more attention. Now, I know for a fact Vince and Triple H definitely saw Double or Nothing. I know this for a fact. You cannot sit there and tell me, oh, Chris, Vince and Triple H didn't watch that fucking t-shirt company show. You bet their ass they did. You bet your fucking cretin degenerate ass that they did. That they saw Double or Nothing last weekend. They did. They did. I know this for a fact. I know this for a fact. And Vince is pissed off that every single superstar in the WWE were reacting to Double or Nothing. Yet this is the company that has to compete with AEW. And you want to give me the shit that we saw on Raw Monday night? If this keeps on going, Vince doesn't stand a chance against All Elite Wrestling. I want to see the people defend this shit. I really do. I really do. Now, I got one more story here before we preview and predict NXT Takeover 25. Let's see if I can find yet another story. Oh, here we go. One more. This is the last story. How long am I in here so far? Almost 58 minutes. Nah, I don't want to go down. Matter of fact, yeah, we'll just finish here with the news portion. I'm going to go ahead and do NXT TakeOver 25 preview and predictions here on the podcast. I want to know how you guys are feeling about NXT TakeOver 25. I want to know how you guys are really feeling about it. I'm excited about it. It's a simple fact that I can't watch it tonight because I'm working tonight. The Yankees and Red Sox play at 7:08 tonight. So, I can't even watch it. But when I get home, I'm going to go ahead and watch NXT TakeOver 25. And I'm going to give you guys a review on the channel tomorrow. On the channel. So, I'm going to preview and predict NXT TakeOver 25 here. On the channel. Now, NXT TakeOver 25, their matches look completely fucking stacked. Only 5 matches here. We got Matt Riddle versus Roderick Strong. Velveteen Dream versus Tyler Breeze for the NXT North American Championship. We got Shayna Baszler versus Io Shirai for the NXT Women's Championship. We got Oni Lorcan and Danny Burke versus the Street Profit versus Undisputed Era versus the Forgotten Sons in a ladder match for the vacant NXT Tag Team Championships. And we got the rematch, Gargano versus Cole for the NXT Championship. We're going to go from the bottom of the card, going up to the main event card. To the main event matchup. Matt Riddle versus Roderick Strong. This will most likely kick off TakeOver, or I am predicting that the matter of fact, I'm going to predict how the match order should be, if you guys don't mind. So we're gonna kick things off with TakeOver. I predict TakeOver will kick off with the NXT Tag Team Championship ladder match. Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch versus the Street Profits versus the Undisputed Era versus the Forgotten Sons. I expect this matchup to literally steal the fucking show at TakeOver. Now, I love Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. I met them at Access. Very, very nice people. Met them. And they're great in the ring. They're just that underdog tag team that I love so much. I love the underdog. I do. Being the underdog tells a better story in NXT. I love the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. I love them. I love those two. Fantastic tag team. Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. I love them as well. And the Forgotten Sons, Wesley Blake and Steve Cutler. Now, who am I predicting to win this matchup to become NXT Tag Team Champions? If I was to pick a certain team to win the NXT Tag Team Championships, I would have to go. This is so tough. I love all 8 of these men, except for fucking Jackson Riker of the Forgotten Sons. I hate Jackson Riker. There's something about him that I don't like about him, and I don't know what it is, but I just don't like him, period. You can't go wrong with either team. You just can't. You can't go wrong with the Forgotten Sons, with Steve Cutler and Wesley Blake. You can't go wrong with them. You can't go wrong with the Undisputed Era, with Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. You cannot go wrong with them either. You can't go wrong with the Street Profits. They're one of the best teams in all of NXT. And Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. And Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. They're just the underdog tag team. But if I was to pick one team to win the ladder match and become the new NXT Tag Team Champions, I would have to pick the Street Profits. I would have to pick the Street Profits. I predict the Street Profits that will win the NXT Tag Team Championship tonight at TakeOver. So after this matchup, I am expecting, well, if I was to build up the card for TakeOver, match order wise, because match order for me is very critical. Very critical. So I would do the NXT Tag Team Championship match first. Following that matchup, I am putting Matt Riddle versus Roderick Strong. Now, this would be a great matchup. I love Roderick Strong and I love Matt Riddle. If I was to pick one man to win this matchup, obviously it would be Matt Riddle. I got Matt Riddle beating Roderick Strong. It's going to be a great matchup. Listen, I love Roderick Strong. Listen, Roderick Strong, he's very underrated. No cap. No cap. Roderick Strong is very underrated. He really is. He really is. I see Roderick Strong winning the North American Championship very, very soon. Not now, but soon. Not now. But I got Matt Riddle winning over Roderick Strong. After this matchup, I am putting Velveteen Dream defending the North American Championship against Tyler Breeze. I look at this NXT card for TakeOver 25 tonight. And I say this, I know I say this for every single TakeOver. Any one of these matches can be a potential show stealer. I'm not lying to you. I'm not lying to you. Matt Riddle versus Roderick Strong can be a potential show stealer. The NXT Tag Team Championship ladder match can be a potential show stealer. Velveteen Dream versus Tyler Breeze for the NXT North American Championship. I love the Velveteen Dream. I love him. Tyler Breeze, I don't know about Tyler Breeze. I got Velveteen Dream retaining the NXT North American Championship. I do. I got him retaining the NXT North American Championship because the only person I could see Velveteen Dream lose the championship to is probably a Roderick Strong or probably a Dominic Dijakovic when he comes back from his knee injury. That's the only two people I see taking the NXT North American title from Velveteen Dream. And then it's only a matter of time for either Dream to win the NXT Championship or have him get called up, or should I say be demoted to the main roster. So there you go. I got Velveteen Dream retaining the NXT North American Championship. Following that matchup, Shayna Baszler defending the NXT Women's Championship against Io Shirai. Now, I don't know. I thought that Shayna was going to lose the championship at TakeOver Phoenix. That didn't happen. I thought Shayna was going to lose the NXT Women's Championship at TakeOver New York WrestleMania weekend. That didn't happen. So I'm going to predict here. Shayna Baszler retains the NXT Women's Championship. I got Shayna Baszler retaining the NXT Women's title. I do. I don't see her losing the championship to anybody. I don't see her losing it to Bianca Belair. I don't see her losing it to freaking Io Shirai. I think Io Shirai will come close to winning the championship. But I got Shayna retaining the NXT Women's Championship. But don't get me wrong. I love Io and I love Shayna. I just don't see anybody beating Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's Championship. That's how good Shayna Baszler is. People. That's how great she is. So there you go. Following this matchup is the main event. Gargano versus Cole for the NXT Championship. Now, I've had people tell me, oh, Chris, I can see Cole winning the championship. People will tell me, oh, I got Gargano retaining the championship. Chris, what is your prediction for Cole versus Gargano for the NXT Championship? You see their matchup at TakeOver New York. In my opinion, was the greatest main event in NXT TakeOver history. Gargano versus Cole. The greatest main event in NXT TakeOver history. Don't at me on that. This is the 25th TakeOver in NXT history. Gargano has technically competed in the majority of those takeovers. I think Gargano has competed in what? I think 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 takeovers, I think. Gargano has been in NXT technically since the beginning. Technically since the very beginning of fucking NXT. Now, something tells me in the back of my mind that Adam Cole is going to win the NXT Championship. But something tells me at the same time Cole will retain the NXT title. And I'm going to say this why. This has nothing to do with Ciampa. Not yet, of course. At least not yet. That is another story to be told after or before TakeOver Toronto SummerSlam weekend. Adam Cole is technically fucked in this situation. And I'm going to explain why. Cole technically could have won the NXT Championship against Drew McIntyre. But Drew McIntyre got fucking hurt. So they went with plan B with Andrade versus Black for TakeOver New Orleans. The original plan for the NXT Championship match was supposed to be Drew McIntyre against Adam Cole at TakeOver New Orleans last year. I believe that would really happen, but did it happen? No. Drew got hurt and got demoted to the main roster, leaving Adam Cole fucked immediately. Do I see Adam Cole winning the NXT Championship tonight at TakeOver? No. No. And I will explain why. You need to have Gargano not only as NXT Champion for a while, you need to have Gargano as NXT Champion until Ciampa comes back. Because Triple H, I know for a fact, Triple H wants to finish that rivalry, that storyline between Gargano and Ciampa. Now, the rivalry was supposed to end at TakeOver New York, WrestleMania weekend. It was supposed to end there. But Ciampa got hurt, I believe, 5 weeks before NXT TakeOver. So Triple H had to rewrite the plans for TakeOver New York. I know Triple H wants to finish the storyline between Ciampa and Gargano. There has to be an end to this rivalry. There has to be an end. Remember this quote. In every beginning, there's an end. In every beginning, there's an end. You need to keep Johnny Gargano as NXT champion until Ciampa comes back. But something in the back of my mind is telling me that Cole is winning the NXT championship tonight at TakeOver. So if I'm making my prediction right now, I have Gargano retaining the NXT championship. But like I said, something in the back of my mind is telling me that Cole can possibly walk out of Connecticut as NXT champion. We're going to have to find out tonight at NXT Takeover 25 in Connecticut. So there is my card. This is my card right now. Leading off TakeOver will be the NXT Takeover, will be the NXT Tag Team Championship ladder match. That'll be the first match of the night. Followed by Matt Riddle versus Roderick Strong. Followed by Velveteen Dream versus Tyler Breeze for the NXT North American Championship. Followed by Baszler versus Shirai for the NXT Women's Championship. Followed by that, Gargano versus Cole for the NXT Championship. So that is my card. That is my match order. And that is the end of episode 28 of the Reality Podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. If you guys enjoyed the podcast, leave this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below what you guys thought of the podcast. And leave your predictions as well. What is your prediction for NXT TakeOver 25 later on tonight? And if you guys are new to the channel, and if you guys are wrestling fans just like me, I want you guys to show your support by hitting that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells, guys, for all notifications for daily wrestling content. Check out episode 27 of the Reality Podcast live on the channel right now. Throwback Thursday, Armageddon 2002 pay-per-view review live on the channel right now. SmackDown live review live on the channel. Monday Night Raw review live on the channel right now. And Double or Nothing review that's also live on the channel as well. This is the official home of the Reality Podcast right here on the channel. So make sure you guys are connecting with your boy Chris on social media. Twitter at Chris from Loring and Snapchat Chris Most Hated. And if you guys are new to the channel and you guys like what you see on the channel, hit that subscribe button down below, ringing those bells, guys, for all notifications for daily wrestling content. And I will see you guys tomorrow for NXT TakeOver 25 review. It should be a damn good show tonight in Connecticut for NXT TakeOver 25. Thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy TakeOver, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the NXT TakeOver 25 review. Until then, I am Chris. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, and share the video all over social media. And until then, I will see you guys tomorrow for NXT TakeOver 25 review. Until then, talk to you guys later.